Burger King, KFC. Environmentalists say that chain is damaging the planet. They point to the slashing and burning of land to make space for grazing cattle, land grabs and human rights abuses. Deforestation to grow food for the animals is accelerating global heating. Greenpeace says through its meat production, JBS produces around half the carbon emissions of fossil fuel giants like Shell or BP. Well, today, in our week-long series on food, we're looking at the increasing alternatives to traditional meat. Mustafa Fatih Yavuz has this report from Tel Aviv.
Who doesn't enjoy a juicy steak or a succulent lamb chop? And crispy chicken nuggets are a firm favorite among children around the world. But there's something different about this meat. No animals were killed in the process of bringing it to your table. These products were grown in a laboratory. With about 80 billion animals slaughtered annually for human consumption, a figure the UN Food and Agriculture Organization expects to increase by 70% in the next 30 years, meat alternatives have become increasingly popular. Earlier this month, the Singapore Food Agency gave the green light for chicken bites produced by US firm Eat Just to go on sale. It's a watershed moment for the industry. And it's something Israeli firm Aleph Farms is hoping will go mainstream.
The general idea is that we take cells from a cow without slaughtering it, and this small amount of cells serves as a basis for getting more and more cells. And from these cells, we create the different cell types that comprise the muscle cut, which is actually the steak that we are eating.
Aleph Farm says it aims to produce meat that is free of antibiotics or steroids and is kinder to the planet.
We do see our meat as a replacement to the meat that is produced in factory farming, which is the intensive facilities for growing cattle and then slaughtering it, packaging it, and then having the whole supply chain that is very complex and that is really dependent on global trade, is affecting and is affected by climate change.
Some surveys suggest more than half of Europeans and 2/3 of Americans will be willing to consume cultured meat. But not everyone is convinced. Some people are concerned about health and safety measures of the sea lab-grown meat as unnatural. Then there is food neophobia, the fear of new foods, which is common among older, more conservative consumers.
I have my suspicions about lab meat and things like that. I don't know where it comes from, so it's not acceptable.
Normally I don't eat meat because of the victims, I don't like seeing animals slaughtered, and also the environment and my personal health. But if it's growing in a lab and no one gets hurt, so why not?
I don't eat meat and I won't eat these products. They seem suspicious and I'm not convinced.
So while advanced technology allows for the production of lab meat, the hardest part may be convincing consumers to change their eating habits. Mustafa Fatih, TRT World, Tel Aviv.